Hi, my name is Brian McDonald and this is Internet Marketing Made Very Simple. And today what I'm going to do is share with you the single best lesson that I've ever gotten in terms of applying an internet strategy to a business. And if you can apply a couple of these key kinds of ideas to your business, I think it can really transform it, really impact it. And it's going to sound simple, maybe oversimple in some respects, but it's really not. So why am I qualified to give you advice on this? Well, first of all, I've been a business owner. I started my career on Wall Street as Chief Financial Officer of a public company. But then after that, I actually owned 3 different operating companies, and I sold 2 of them. And the last business I owned was a healthcare company. And we were one of the first healthcare companies to operate exclusively online. So I understand it's a very difficult process. And if you are like most people, you probably have an internet guy, a developer, and it's very hard to kind of tease out what do they really understand, what don't they understand. And typically what most intermediaries and agents want to do is they want to sell you what they understand. And that could be social marketing or web design or SEO or pay-per-click or email marketing. So I'm going to give you a 2-minute quick case study. And I think if you understand this point, you can probably make immediate changes to what you're doing today and get some great results. So let me just share this with you. Okay, here's a quick case study. Company out of Texas, healthcare company, and the first thing that we did, stripped down their homepage so there weren't as many choices. Okay, less choices mean more selection. That might sound counterintuitive, but the reality is that when people have too many choices, it's hard for them to make a decision. And the key is to make the phone ring. For most businesses, if you're a local or regional business, you want somebody to call you. You want somebody to set an appointment. You want to have that point of contact. And so when I'm talking to most internet consultants, what I get typically is they start talking through what they have an expertise in. But I think a lot of times what happens is they fail to understand that at the end of the day, a business owner wants a client and they want to keep that client. So we put tracked phone numbers, and if you look at this slide right here, you'll see, put tracked phone numbers on literally everything that was in their business where people would come to and might have an interest in taking an action. Now, this included emails, pay-per-click, SEO strategy, multiple sites, print ads, referral cards. All of these were developed with the idea that what we want at the end of the day is we want to talk to somebody, we want to get an appointment. And so what were the results? Well, we made some changes in September, and our first results came in, and if you look here, there are 159 calls that came in for the month of October. So that was kind of our initial result and measurement, and if you can see it towards the second part of the month, we got kind of a bump in the number of phone calls. The very next month, we went to 261 calls for the month. So that was a big jump. And we're like, hey, this is fantastic. Next month, we went to 341 calls. And then even in January, which is kind of a slow time, we went to 389 calls. And then February, a drop-off. Well, not actually a drop-off, because as of February 17th, there were 226 calls. So we are tracked to have over 400 inbound unique calls. So start at 159, we're going to be clearly over 400. That's an incredible impact. And that's really just having a little bit better design, a little bit more focus, and really making sure that you have your priorities correct. So let me leave you with this. It's not just essential anymore. It's really critical. And here's why. Google changed their algorithm, and they are now driving search volume to the local level. If you can't compete, you are going to be displaced. There's going to be some young person out there who understands technology, who understands information, and they're going to take your market share. So if you can actually execute this basic strategy of just measuring and understanding your key data points and then doing a little bit of testing, you are ahead of literally 98% of the businesses that are out there, and you can really prosper. So take control and think of this as an opportunity.